Welcome this afternoon to the webinar about Barcelona. Why Barcelona and why we have a special webinar with Fortune is because we are basically now expanding our horizons. We are well known for selling Miami, but we feel that there are other opportunities that internationally we also have a lot to grow, and Fortune has decided to look at Spain. And in particular, in this case, we're looking into Barcelona because it seems like there are a lot of similarities, right? We have, a fantastic weather, we have a great lifestyle as well over there. And Barcelona, and recently, and that's why we call it a Barcelona, a Cosmopolitan Temptation webinar, is that Barcelona, we feel like it's the city of the future. It's a city that it's growing exponentially with new companies, with startups. It's becoming an epicenter of the tech industry. And today we're going to have, by the hand of wonderful experts on every field, understand how we can buy and sell in Barcelona. Is it an easy process? Is it, what do we need? What documentation we need? How do we get financing? All those things will be explained a little bit later. You will have the opportunity to ask some questions at the end of these wonderful presentations that we're going to have this afternoon. And also, I want to just let you know that this meeting is being recorded. So you can also get the presentation later on if you have other questions or you want just to remember the things that were said. So we have this afternoon with us, we have Helena Torras. Helena Torras is the managing partner at Pau Capital and also a board member at Tech Barcelona. Good afternoon, Helena. Thank you for joining us.
Good afternoon, thank you.
We also have Andrés Gutiérrez. Andrés is a lawyer and a golden visa specialist with Henley and Partners. Thank you, Andrés, for coming with us.
Thank you for the invitation, Carmen. It is my pleasure.
And then we also have David Hernández, the International Client Manager of Banco Sabadell. Hi, David.
Hi, nice to meet you. Thank you.
Thank you for being with us this afternoon.
Thank
and with all us, it's Ana Casadella. It's not a coincidence we have the same last name. She happens to be my sister, and she manages our wonderful, wonderful project in Barcelona called Antares. Thank you, Ana. I think you're muted, but thank you for being here this afternoon.
Yes, thank you.
So when we just go into the reasons why we feel like Barcelona has, a lot of things in common with Miami, I just want to show you a little bit of the city, right? So basically, we have a city that is by the ocean, that it's one of the most voted cities, more desire for people to visit this city and for people to come. We have the #1 tourist destination in the world, which is the Sagrada Familia. But I think that what it has been attracting people, the same way that Miami has benefited from the last couple of years of being having to be at our homes and close, is the fantastic weather that Barcelona has, the openness to the ocean. It's surrounded by mountains, so you do have that combination of ocean and of hiking and biking and all those things. It's very well connected, obviously, with a major international airport, as well as being one of the major ports for cruises and for cargo in Europe. So as you can see, Barcelona is very well organized, and it has a really big avenue that crosses the whole city, which is called Diagonal. In the confluence of Diagonal with our circunvalación, which is what basically just surrounds the city by roads, it's Antares. Antares is right here. It's just a few minutes away from La Ramblas, a few minutes away from the center of town. It's easy to get out of the city just because basically you have the highways right around the corner. So it's a really privileged location where you have amazing views of the ocean, amazing views of the city itself, with the mountains, with the beautiful monuments and everything that the city has to offer. Highly, highly recommended. I don't want to take too much of your time, but just going quickly on one of the things that we feel like makes Barcelona really special. It's besides the weather and besides, all the things that the city has to offer, is the climate of business that we are seeing and we are living right here. It's one of the epicenters, as we were saying, of the tech industry. And who better than Helena Torras to tell us a little bit more about this? Thank you, Helena, for joining us.
Thank you, my pleasure. And thank you very much because you're allowing me to talk about two of my passions. So it's Barcelona and the tech ecosystem. So I will talk about that today. Let me share my screen. I hope you can see it. Okay, so Barcelona and the tech ecosystem, two of my passions. So the first one thing I want to share with you is that Barcelona is ranked as the 4th startup hub in the EU. It was not like that like 15 years ago. So the thing it's not only we are the 4th hub, but we are growing really, really fast. So wait and see to see where we are in 5 years from now. So, and also we are the 2nd place, so 17% it's the 70% vote, so it's the 2nd favorite city in the EU for setting up startup. There are so many startup founders that come from abroad to start here their venture, and some of the best startups we have in the city have mixed founders. They are from international and from local, so they build a team and they come here to build. So this is for us not. We are proud that locals build it, but that people from outside come here and build great companies, it makes us even prouder. And also Barcelona is the 5th ecosystem in the EU with a higher number of scale-ups. I told you a few minutes ago that 15 years ago, we didn't have this ecosystem, and now we are in the 5th place of a scale-up. So companies that change from startup to scale up, it means they are growing really, really fast. We could not consider them yet corporations, but almost there. So not in the early stage. And also it's the 3rd European city in digital innovation and the 8th preferred for starting business. We have the Mobile World Congress, and I don't know if you have heard the news. We have renovated for 5 years more that the Mobile World Congress will stay here in Barcelona. But not only that, but the GSMA, which is the organizing the Congress, is thinking on just leaving the Mobile World Congress forever in our city, which for us, it's, it's our main event and we feel really, really proud. And not only that, there are so many companies choosing Barcelona to whether to establish their company, their Europe hub in Barcelona or their worldwide digital hub here in Barcelona. We have recently PepsiCo that has established their worldwide digital hub here in Barcelona. Zurich, so I'm just checking the list so I don't forget. We have Nestlé, Lidl, Allianz, Dedalus, Testo, Facebook has put also a big organization here. Apple has decided to put their AI development here for Europe in Barcelona. So the ecosystem is not only for the startups, but also bringing the corporates here and choosing the city as the place to be. And as I mentioned, we are growing really, really fast. It all started in 1993. So don't worry, I'm not going to explain you all the history of Barcelona, but just for you to know that the first wave of entrepreneurs started between 1993, 1997 here in the city. So probably really later than in the US. And then in 97, 98, there were the first public policies related to the entrepreneurship to support entrepreneurs. Then we had the 1999 to 2002. It was the second wave. We started to see some successes, which started to build really the ecosystem. Then from 2003 to 2005, where the public policies were more advanced. From 2006 to 2009, it was really the third wave when everyone started to see that, wow, this tech ecosystem, it's really something we have to take care of and we have to put the focus. And in 2010, 2012, there started to be quite big sales, also new entrepreneurs, and started the public and private collaboration to put the digital space or the tech space in the map for Barcelona. So really, when you unite forces, when you work together, is when everything starts to work. And that's why I was saying, 10 years from now, we have changed so much. And we have mafias. You have the PayPal mafia. We also have mafias here. We have the early catalyzers where entrepreneurs that came from the cluster consulting, so a big consulting that was sold. But then we have the early mafias that were from eDreams, which is a unicorn, probably the first unicorn we had in Barcelona, Let's Bonus. And then there are other mafias. We have unicorns that were built 5 years ago in the company in Barcelona, and they already have people that were working there that have built new companies and that they are very successful. So we are really fast on building this new entrepreneur mafia here in the city. And I think that the really secret sauce of this speed that the city is taking in the tech space is because we are collaborating. When we talk about tech ecosystem, it's really an ecosystem. And for us, an ecosystem is putting everyone together to work. And that's startups, corporates, events, the talent, the mentors, the advisors, the investors, the service providers, the university schools, the government support, the hubs, the accelerators. We are working together. We are not working on silos. And that's really what has made the change for the city. Oops, sorry. So we are really, and now I'm talking about Spain, but Barcelona is one of the biggest, it's Barcelona and Madrid, and I will show you then the ratios between the two companies, but it's home for more than 10,000 startups and more than 300 scale-ups. And we have more than 1 billion tech companies. So all in Catalonia, we have 1,708 startups, 57% increase the number between 2006 and 2020, 4 years. So we are really, really going fast on that. I mentioned already, we are the 4th best European hub, and 85% of the startup expects to grow. And we have raised more than 2,800 million in just 5 years. So we are really, really growing in very short space. And as I mentioned, wait and see what will happen in just the next 3 to 5 years. We have received more than $2 billion. This is just for half of a quarter of last year. So we just duplicated on last year. And as I mentioned, Barcelona and Madrid. Madrid is the capital of Spain. Barcelona is more like the capital of innovation of Spain. We raised almost $5 billion. And probably the city, it's really vibrant, but all the Spain ecosystem, it's really on the map. I think we are probably one of the few countries that we have in Europe that there is more than one capital for innovation or for startups. And here we have different really cities in Spain fighting for that, but also collaborating. And also we are, Barcelona, it's one of the best tech hubs in Europe. So London, it's ahead. They have an history very close to what you have in the US. But the other European cities have developed quite fast. And Barcelona is really in this first ranking. And yeah, we are the third city in terms of number of funding rounds. And we have several tech hubs. And I think this is important because I mentioned about the tech ecosystem that we were collaborating. What it really made it as a catalyzer is that we have spaces where we put everyone together. So you can have a corporate and next to it an investor and next to it a startup that just has started. And we have the Tech Barcelona was the first hub. We have like now the urban hub. We have Pier 1, Pier 3, Pier 7, each one is specialized, but also we have Barcelona Health Hub. It's just a hub for health, which is huge and is close to an hospital. And then we have the Global Legal Tech Hub, the BioCat, and we have soon it will be built a blue economy hub because we are in the Mediterranean, so it makes quite a lot of sense. The sports tech hub. So we really, it makes a change when you have a space to see that things are real and not just virtual. I mentioned about Tech Barcelona, where we are all together. There's more than 1,000 members and 1,200 companies that are together in the association. And I wanted to highlight about life science. Life science, it's very developed in Barcelona. It has a long tradition for pharma companies, for investigation, and now it has merged with new initiatives. We have quite a lot of biotech companies. We have a lot of digital tech companies. And if you look down on my screen, all of these are just digital health or biotech funds that we have in Barcelona to invest in life science. And these have been built only in the last 5 to 7 years. And there are some more that will be born in the next 2 years. I cannot put it yet here because it's not disclosed, but there are more to be. So health, it's really a great space. I mentioned about the Mobile World Congress before. So this is probably the biggest and most known event, but we have several more. We have the 4 years from now, we have the Tech Spirit, the BIS Barcelona, the IoT, the Sonar, and we have a lot of accelerators and incubators. I've just put the most important here. And the venture builders, I show here only 2. There are like 7 venture builders just in the city. And corporates, investor, public involvement, everything, you know, it's growing, it's full of logos. I'm not going to be there, but these investors are just from Barcelona. And this is, I already mentioned, but the digital hubs, I mean, there are coming more and more global companies, and they establish the worldwide digital hub here in Spain. Here's the examples I mentioned before: Lidl, Facebook, Amazon, Purina, Nestle, Allianz, Microsoft, and so forth. And universities, we have the luck to have 2 of the top 100 universities in the world here in Barcelona. So we are really prepared with quite a lot of talent. And not only that, having those universities and because the MBAs are worldwide recognized, most of the international students that come, they stay afterwards and they stay living in the city. And they start building companies here in the city. Some go to work for corporates, but some of them just become entrepreneurs here. So we have quite a lot of talent. 26% of employees in startups are from outside Spain, and 20% of the founders are from outside of Spain. I mentioned it before because Barcelona is the second best hub, European hub to create a startup. So I don't want to keep saying how nice and how techy and how good we are in the rankings, but just apart from all this, about the vibrant ecosystem we have more than 300 sunny days a year, a beautiful architecture. We have Gaudí, you see here the picture, stunning beaches and mountains close by, as Carmen mentioned, a really creative city and vibrant minds. I mean, we have, Barcelona has been always a place for creative people. And we are very well connected to other cities by plane, by boat, and by train, but everything. And we are clean and modern, and we have really a good, active nightlife. So thank you very much. I hope you like it, and you can make me any questions, because unfortunately I won't be able to stay until the end of the webinar. So if you have any question here, you can put it in the chat. Thank you.
Helena, we already have a couple of questions, but before, I have to say that you can see already if Barcelona, everybody is so vibrant and so excited that you are. I'm sure that everybody will understand why this is a great place to be. But the first question is, how do you think this tech startup system is affecting the growth of Barcelona, and more specifically, the growth of the real estate in Barcelona?
It's affecting well. I mean, the prices are increasing a little bit, but I think we are well connected to the surroundings also. So we have the city, and we have a good metropolitan area that we call that, that people can live there and be here in the city in less than half an hour. So it's affecting very well, very positively. I don't think that ever prosperity, economic prosperity, is something we have to complain about. We are not like Silicon Valley. We are not as expensive as there. You can live very well with normal salaries. In fact, we have an average and I would say even low acquisition price for things. So yeah, I think everything now it's balanced. I don't know what will happen 5 years from now, but now everything it's quite balanced.
That was exactly my next question. Where do you think, where do you see Barcelona in 5 or 10 years from now?
Okay, if we are not talking about real estate, which is not my area is the tech space, I think we will be, you know, higher on the rankings. We are all working. I think I want to highlight that we are all working for that public government, but also private initiatives. We have seen this is what we need in the city. We cannot live only from the tourists, not only from the sun. We need to promote the digital space and the digital business. Because of that, there are private and public initiatives to create more tech developers in the city. So you, in 1 year, you can become a developer, and there are a lot of initiatives. So because of that, because everyone is aligned with the same goal, and because the basis we have, you know, the sun, and because we're an attractive city, when you build a company here and you try to hire people from abroad, it's so easy to bring them. You know, you show them the city, you bring them in front of the sea, and they say yes. And because all of that, we will be higher in the ranking. We will have more international hubs here, and we will have more startups. And I think we will increase also the percentage of international people mixed with the locals. So we are now between 2026. I hope we are between 30, 34 or 40, and that will make us more international.
Thank you so much, Helena. We know that you have to run. And I'm sure you're busy with all your, you know, many startup companies that you oversee. But now is the turn for Andrés. And Andrés is going to talk to us a little bit about, basically, if you get very excited and decide to move to Barcelona, how do you manage to be able to stay? So Andrés, could you please let us know about it a little bit?
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Carmen. Thank you very much, Helena. I mean, I must say that I moved to Barcelona 15 years ago, actually from Argentina, and all the transformation in the 22 Arroba and a few more things, I have seen it, and it's been a great development. It's been great. Having passed them through London and coming over here, is just basically the transformation and all the alignment that Helena was saying. It is literally very, very easy to see, and it's a very exciting place to be. So basically, I have prepared a presentation about basically who we are, what we do, and how to be able to apply for the Spanish golden visa at the end of the day and be able to live and work here in Spain. Just basically a few things about who we are. We're going to talk about presentation about Henley and Partners, a brief presentation about Spain. Won't say much after Helena's presentation as well. Then the Spanish residence by investment program, and then question and answers, which will be by the end. But basically about Henley and Partners, we are the leading in investment migration. Give me just 1 second. We have 35 offices worldwide. In October, we're going to be opening 3 offices in the United States. Over 25 years and 20,000 clients advised, and we advise governments in the setup, improvement, and design of citizenship and residence regulations, as well as private clients with their citizenship and residence by investment planning needs. Basically, we deal with over 35 different programs in America, Caribbean, Europe, Asia, and the Middle East. Today, we're going to focus about obviously Spain and how to get a residence permit by making an investment. As I said before, right now we are sitting up here in Spain. We're actually standing up right now. But we also have offices in Canada, United States, here in Barcelona, very soon in Madrid as well, and then 16 offices in South Asia and Southeast Asia. A little bit of introduction to Spain, a little bit more high-level view. As many of you already know, it is called the Kingdom of Spain as the official name. We have almost 50 million inhabitants, climate, beautiful and Mediterranean. The capital is Madrid, and our currency, it is the euro. Only 8 hours and a half from New York, 12 hours from Barcelona, and from Buenos Aires, sorry, and very close by, obviously, from all North Africa, and then 12 to 14 hours to Southeast Asia. So it's a great place to invest, and with a lot of connectivity, especially Barcelona. As a country overview and as a high-level view, Spain has the 7th best healthcare system in the world, member of the European Union, World Trade Organization, over 5 million foreign residents in Spain, load of expats, basically like myself and many others. We have the world's 14th and the Europe's 35th largest economy, and has the second, or is the second best country to invest in real estate, according to the 2022 Henley Real Estate Index. Obviously, as Helena was mentioning before, has top-class education and universities. But at the end of the day, why Spain? Basically, mainly in too many options. Accessibility and optionality. Accessibility to what? Accessibility to a strong banking system, investment diversification in real estate, ability to invest in those beautiful ecosystems that Helena was mentioning, a high level of healthcare, lifestyle, and also a really, really good and high level education. And then basically the optionality to permanent residency and Spanish citizenship after 2 years, provided certain conditions are met. So therefore, there is a great opportunity for having a European family hub at the end of the day, especially here in Barcelona with Andrés, as we're going to see in a few minutes. As we said, key benefits: it is a really good place to live, loads of lifestyle, great education, healthcare, possibility of applying for citizenship after 2 years of effective residence for Latin American nationals, Equatorial Guinea nationals, and Filipinos, and a permanent residence after 5 years of effective residence. A little bit more in depth or into the matter, the Spanish Residence by Investment Program. A little bit on the overviews. It is called basically the Spain Investor Visa, was launched in 2013, and basically it's open to all third country nationals who have made a significant investment in Spain. Normally, residency applications are processed within 20 working days. There's no minimum stay required. Applicant needs to visit, obviously, Spain to give the biometrics and collect the residence card. Very straightforward process and very, very interesting to have the accessibility to that beautiful ecosystem that Helena was mentioning, and to that accessibility to a real estate investment, as Anna is going to explain after. A little bit on the qualifying applicants who can apply. The main applicant, independents. Dependents can be the spouse, the civil partner, semi-gender spouse, very open in that sense. Dependent children, and here, any age, as long as they are fully dependent on the main applicant and they are in full-time studies, and dependent parents of over 65 years of age of the main applicant and the spouse. Going a little bit further on the financial requirements, most important thing that we're going to be speaking today, minimum investment of €500,000, which needs to be full €500,000. Tax doesn't count, fees do not count, and it needs to be straight from the main applicant to the developer. Over €500,000, there is a possibility of getting a mortgage, and then other type of investments like investment funds and government bonds, for example. Additional fees, the cheapest there in the market, €75 per applicant and €15 each residence card. Important thing, investment first is made, and then we apply for the golden visa. So once we have all cleared up with Antares, then we prepare the application. There are a few steps before, and then we apply for the Spanish golden visa. How it works, basically, we start working with Antares, which basically pass our due diligence checks, we engage the client, and then once you have decided which property you are going to go in Antares, in the meantime, we assist you to open a bank account, apply for identification number. You need to give a power of attorney as well if you like to. And once the qualifying investment is made, we start compiling the application, and we submit the application to the government. Normally within 20 working days, the application is approved at the time that the applicant needs to visit the country. Residence permit is granted is valid for 2 years, 1 year if the applicant did not come to the country before. Residence permits must be collected by the applicants, and they are issued for 2 years. If the applicant has effective residence, then at the renewal, the residence permit they are issued for 5 years. And that is basically a little bit of how it works. I hope that I didn't take much time. I think this was 8 minutes, 6 minutes and a half. So thanks very much. And I will be happy to answer any questions at the end of the webinar. Thank you very much, Carmen. And I look forward to the next presentation.
Thank you, Andrés. I think very, very valuable information. Another aspect of why, perhaps choose Spain as a residence, to be able to enjoy, to start a company. And then when we decide that, the next step is, how do we do it? How do we buy that property? So maybe perhaps, David, you can enlighten us and let us know how easy it is.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Carmen. Good afternoon here in Spain, and good morning to all of you in the US. Thank you for having me. I'm going to share my presentation. Just 1 second. Okay, perfect. Okay, I am David Hernández. I am International Clients Manager in Banco Sabadell, and I'm going to introduce the new project that we have launched this year. Sabadell Bank is the bank leader in international clients here in Spain, and for us that profile is very important. I am going to give you a piece of information that we believe is crucial. 23% of the population in Barcelona is international. That made us understand the requirements of a client that has just arrived to Barcelona to live or to invest. And we identified this need of being understood in terms of how to make your life easier when you're a newcomer, how to finance your projects, how to accompany you, how to help you fit into the city, both financially and non-financially. That is the reason why this year we have created this new project named Welcome Hub, a branch focused exclusively to international clients. I'm going to start talking briefly about Sabadell Bank. Sabadell Bank is the fourth largest bank in Spain. We are an historic commercial bank with more than 100 years of history. Here you can see some figures, but I won't go deep now. What we want to emphasize is that we are a bank with a solid solvency and liquidity position. And it is very important to highlight this because we are always passing the stress test that the European regulatory framework requires. And that qualifies us as one of the most solid banks in the Spanish financial system. We are a Catalan bank with presence throughout all the Spanish territory, but we are also present in United Kingdom and in Mexico. Also, we have representative branches in several countries here detailed. In the US, we have one in Miami. And we have a strong commitment to sustainability. Here you can see some milestones achieved last year regarding ESG, environmental, social, and governance policies. Okay, and what is the welcome service? As I said, our bank project aims to provide a comprehensive service to all international clients who come either to live or to invest in Spain. Our mission is to support expats and investors by facilitating their arrival in Catalonia with financial and non-financial services. In this sense, we are the first bank in the Spanish banking sector that has created this concept of branch, the Welcome Hub, located in the heart of Barcelona, where we offer an exclusive service for international clients. At the Welcome Hub, all bank managers speak English and are also fluent in 7 other languages. We can print all the commercial documentation in 10 languages to make it easy to all our international clients. The Welcome Hub provides a comprehensive service, not only financing the project that the client needs, such as the purchase of a house with Andrés, but also offering advice on wealth management, insurances, and day-to-day transactions. In addition to this, the branch has mortgages specialists. It has one insurance specialist and private bankers, so the client feels always accompanied. This branch is a singular building that has co-working spaces for clients, and auditorium for thematic sessions, and rooms for private banking. Okay, and now I'm going to talk about financing. That is the main reason why we are here today. We give personalized advice to each of the projects and to each of the customers. We can finance up to 70% loan to value if needed. In addition, we give preferential conditions to all clients who come to us referred by Andrés. We always give personalized service. What does this mean? Depending on the profile of the client, we will be able to access specific and special financial conditions, always through our personal banking managers and with the advice of our insurances and mortgage specialists. Regarding the interest rates, we have to keep in mind that we depend on the interest on the market rates, and it might change. But today, we could offer for a 20-year mortgage a variable rate between Euribor plus 1.5% and Euribor plus 2%. Euribor is the reference rate here in Europe. But as mentioned, these rates will depend on the profile of the mortgage and the client. To conclude, I would like to mention that Sabadell Bank is present at many events, such as the World Mobile Congress and other events focused on the international community here in Barcelona, in order to always give the greatest support to the international clients. And this here ends my presentation. Thank you very much for having invited us to this event, and please let me know if you have any questions.
Thank you so much, David. I'm sure you can do a personalized profile of the client and just check on every client's need, and you're gonna take case by case. So yes, we'll be happy to refer to any specific questions that you might have. And last but not least is Ana Casadella. Ana Casadella is gonna talk to us a little bit about Antares and why Antares might be the perfect product for our international investor. It's a project that is already built. It's completely finished, and an incredible asset to have and to be able to enjoy in Barcelona. Thank you, Anna, for joining us this afternoon.
Thank you so much. Let me share a presentation with you. So, welcome to Antares. Antares is a brand new building. It's already built, so it's a reality, and it's located just in front of the Mediterranean Sea. In the area that we talked before, it's the area of all the technological innovation that is happening in Barcelona, and it's called the 22 At. It's very near to Diagonal Mar. So it's a brand new area, and that's where Antares sits. Antares, it's a 30-story building designed by Studio Odile Dec, who is a French architect from Paris, who has won many awards, and it's, uses a lot of provocative colors and very beautiful round shapes. In fact, Antares has already been awarded the best residential development of this year. So we are very excited about that. You know, all the interior design has been made by XVA in London. It's interior design in London, and the development is by Shatsuri Asset Management. So as you can see, Antares is a building with a lot of presence. It's in fact the biggest residential tower in Barcelona. And we think that it combines, all the comfort that of the American projects, and also the design of that it's found very often in European. So it's a combination of the best worlds. As we mentioned, it's a 30 stories building. We have 88 luxury residences with different sizes, from 1 bedroom to 4 bedrooms. So, it serves different purposes, to have a pied-à-terre in Barcelona or to have a very comfortable family home in town. All the residences have very high-end finishings, terraces, and car parks. So, the main lobby, which is not that frequent to have here in Barcelona, it has 3 stories. We also have a restaurant managed by Romain Fournet, which is a Michelin star chef from France. And it's very welcoming. We have 24/7 concierge and security service. And all the amenities in the tower are very distinctive. They are, in fact, the best in Barcelona by far. So we have an indoor pool, we have a rooftop pool, we have a very, very big gym and spa area. We have a beautiful garden with paddle tennis court and a golf simulator. And we have also a yoga studio and a cinema room. This is a viewing of the roof terrace with the biggest pool in town, residential pool in town, in a form of an L-shaped form, with views to the sea and to the city. So we can see 360 in Barcelona. Then we have also a very beautiful gym with all the most innovative techno gym equipment. We have an indoor pool as well, and these vertical gardens with natural plants that cover either both the gym walls and also the lobby areas. You can see here the yoga pot, which has already won an award of design at the Biennale of Venice. It's beautiful, it's in the cocoon-like shape. And here you can see some of the gardens that we have. Another view of the roof terrace. And as mentioned, we have a view of the restaurant here that can deliver food to the apartments with all the comfort, but it's also open to the public. Here we can see the lobby. So as mentioned before, we have different types of sizes of apartments. So from the lower floors, we have 1 or 2 bedroom apartments, depends. Also with all the same finishings and qualities. So it doesn't matter the size of the apartment, but all are very spacious and very bright. Then from the 8th to the 18th, we have 3 bedroom apartments. These are bigger apartments, around 200 square meters. with beautiful bathrooms. As we go up, the size of the apartments increase. So from 19 to 21, we only have 2 apartments per floor, and these are very important apartments. We have also duplexes with double height and also very, very special proposals. And finally, we have 2 penthouses. As you can see, you can see that it's, terraces and interiors they blend perfectly. So let's talk a little bit about the financials. These apartments, as mentioned before, they are already available to deliver. So we only need a 5% reservation, and then we can go to closing depending on, on the timing that the client needs. Typically it's from 1 month to 3, and they are ready to move in. As mentioned before, Sabadell is our preferred bank here, and they offer us up to 70% of the loan to value. And these are the prices based on the size of the apartments. And it's also worth mentioning that these apartments can be rented by 32 nights minimum. So all the time that the residents, they don't use the apartments, we can do the property management for them. We can get the extra yield, and we will be very, very happy to manage the apartments the time that they are not enjoying it. So that's in a nutshell what Antares is. I'm happy to, share all the information and more in-depth information if needed, and to welcome you all here. Thank you very much.
And thank you very much, Anna. And I can say that I have been on that pool that you see right there, and it's just spectacular. There is nothing like it in Barcelona. So the questions are coming, and I have a first question for Andrés. Andrés, what is the minimum required investment in real estate to qualify for the Golden Visa, and how easy it is for a US citizen to obtain it?
Yeah, perfect. So basically the minimum investment that the client needs to make, it is €500,000, which right now is a great moment for Americans to invest in Europe at the end of the day, due to the parity. So if the client, let's say, that likes an apartment in Antares, which is valued at 1 million, which could easily do, it is invest €500,000 directly from his bank account, from his pocket, from his wealth account, whatever, and €500,000 being mortgaged with Sabadell. That is completely fine. With that structure, it will qualify. So that is not an issue. In terms of easiness, basically, at the end of the day, as long as obviously the applicant is not a risk for the Spanish government, does not have, criminal records and a few more things, which I'm sure that there won't be an issue, because we do a due diligence before getting onboarding the client and so on, and we vet the application before submitting it. The application is normally, approved. I mean, just to give you an idea, first, normally the applicants, they open a bank account. So, I mean, they have to pass the compliance from the bank in terms of source of wealth and source of funds. Then they make the investment. Then we collect the application. We look at all the relevant documents, make sure that everything is done, all the dots on the I's and all the T's are crossed, and we submit that to the government. So basically in 20 working days, the application, we can request actually approval for the application. It's a very, very seamless process.
Amazing. That sounds really good and very good information. Thank you so much. David, we have a question for you. We have a client right here that says, I'm not ready to purchase right now. I will be ready in about a year, max 2. Is there any benefit to open the bank account now in order to build history? And can the account be open from the US?
Okay, thank you for the question. There is no benefit to open the bank account now, because we can use the track record of his normal account in the US or on his country of residence. So we don't need to have a track record here in Spain. And we can open the bank. The second question was if they can open the account from the US.
Remotely, yes.
Yeah. We can help us with all colleagues of the Miami branch, but our regulation says that at least we have to see the client one time. So it's better that when he has to come here to buy, we finish all the process. We can advance the signature of the account in the Miami branch, but we have to see him at least one time.
So the Zoom doesn't count.
The Zoom doesn't count yet, but
okay.
we're working on that.
I see. Okay, perfect, excellent. I'm sure that we will make it work as soon as you know, very soon.
Yeah.
I have another question for Andrés. After purchasing the property and starting the process of the golden visa, how long does it take to qualify to become a citizen of Spain? And what are the tax benefits of becoming a citizen of Spain versus owning a property without being a citizen?
All right, that's fine. So starting from the end, basically, being a citizen of Spain does not have any particular tax benefit, basically. I mean, if you're a citizen of Spain, you are not levied taxes like if you are a US citizen or a Eritrean citizen. It's just basically, that is very important. However, if just basically the applicant is looking at doing some, basically going out of the US, resigning the citizenship as a US national, have to pay an exit tax in the US and so on, which needs to be looked at carefully with tax attorneys in the US. But in that sense, it doesn't have any benefits holding a Spanish citizenship. I mean, you can be living in the UK, in the US, or in Argentina, that if you have a Spanish passport, you are not going to be taxed in Spain at the end of the day. And the second or the first question, it is basically what the regulation asks. It is that a person, generally speaking, from third country national, lives in Spain effectively for 10 years in order to become a Spanish citizen. However, this time it is shortened to 2 years for nationals of Latin America, basically Mexico downwards, Equatorial Guinea, and the Philippines, basically. So the nationals from those countries, after 2 years of effective residence, they can be granted with Spanish citizenship. So what we see a lot at Henley and Partners, it is families from Latin America, loads of them which are residents, will have residency or businesses in Miami. The parents, they stay in Miami, in the US or Latin America, and they send the children to Spain to study. And if they do so under the golden visa, first, they do not need a student visa. So when they finish the studies, they don't have 30 days to find a job. And secondly, at the 2 years mark, they can apply for a Spanish citizenship. So that works very, very well. But in short, no taxes if you're a Spanish citizen, so no advantages or disadvantages. 10 years if you are not from Latam, Equatorial Guinea, or Philippines, or effective residence in order to be a Spanish national.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Always precise and very clear, and appreciate all your knowledge. Anna, we have a few questions for you. So the first one, how much is the HOA and what is included and which services and amenities are included on that HOA?
Yes, the maintenance cost, it's 7 euros per square meter built. Okay.
Just so that we translate, it's 70 cents per square foot. So approximately. So it's a very, very good maintenance, as we know, compared to maintenances in Miami, which in luxury buildings like Anna's is about $2 per square foot. Here we're talking about 70 cents per square foot.
And we can, for that amount, we get access for the older family to all the amenities, which is what we mentioned before, the 2 pools, the 1,000 square meter gym, the yoga pod, saunas, jacuzzi, hammams, What is very important is 24/7 security and also concierge service. So it's not that often to have concierge service here in Spain. I know that it's very widespread in America, but here it's a very American model. So it's a team of people that provide with services from, you know, bookings. They are like assistants to you, so they can do in front of the computer all the paperwork for you. They can do the bookings, recommendations, everything. So this is included. And also cleaning of the facade glasses twice per year.
Very, very well. Thank you. Could you let us know, I mean, you did mention the prices of the 1-bedroom and the 2-bedroom. What do you think that you can rent those apartments for, more or less a month?
Yeah, depends a little bit on, you know, the size of the apartments and also on the program that you're renting on a short-term basis or on a long-term basis, but you can get like on a very comfortable basis, like from 5% onwards of yield.
Fantastic. Yes, because there aren't many projects or products like that. I guess you don't have much of a...
In fact, like you can rent it as a serviced apartment so that everything is included. And the only competitors that we have for a project like Antares is going to a 5-star hotel. So many people that don't feel like spending a long time in a hotel, they would find the same, you know, qualities and the same services in our building.
Excellent. How many parking spaces are assigned to the 1, the 2, and the 3-bedroom residences?
Yeah, to the 1 and 2, there is 1 car park and 1 big storage room. Only the 7th floor has a box, what is called a box. Instead of an open car park, it's a box, private box for you. So from the 3-bedroom apartment, you have 2 car parks plus the storage room, all in a box, in a privatized box. And then on the big units from the 19th and above, you have 3 car parks plus the storage room.
Excellent. Thank you. All painted in red. I saw that. Ferrari red. Yes. Beautiful. Yes. One more question for Andrés.
You have also the service of washing the car included in the maintenance.
I would love to have that. Andrés, for the Golden Visa, the minimum investment amount has to be cash or it can be finance?
The minimum investment needs to be cash, needs to be a transfer from the bank account of the main applicant to Antares, basically. So let's put it this way: in the title deed, it needs to be a transfer of $500,000 from the future owner or the owner to Antares, and then the rest can be leveraged, can be have a mortgage by Santander, not a problem. But at least $500,000 coming from the owner.
And here, thank you so much again, Andrés. I appreciate. And last one for all of that. For somebody that's coming from the US, what is the percentage do you feel of people that speaks English in Barcelona?
Loads.
Given the fact that already 23 people are foreigners.
To be honest with you, I mean, my wife, she's English actually, and well, at home we speak in English, and basically she's an expat here. We live in the surroundings of Barcelona. We go very often to a place with Sitges, then Barcelona itself. A lot of Spanish-speaking, English-speaking people. I couldn't be able to tell you an exact percentage of that, but I can tell you that life, it is very easy for expats on that note. And having lived here for 15, 20 years and with an English-speaking family for the past 8 years, I can see that, and I could see that very, very easily. So it's very, very easy to live in Barcelona if you're an expat from an English-speaking country.
And also to add a little bit on that, we have many international schools, which the main language is English, and also the local schools, they as the third language, besides Catalan and in Castellano, it's English. So if we count that everybody is learning English, and then all the expats, we can say that maybe 85, 90% of the population speak English. Better or worse, but that they can get away.
Yeah, at least we try, right? Excellent. I think that that very much, concludes the talk for today. Thank you to everybody that joined and saw us. I appreciate. I'm sure you're going to have a lot more questions. You know how to find us. Fortune is handling the sales and marketing in the US for this project. Please do contact. We have all the information, both in the office in Miami. We have a great new scale model that we're happy and proud to show to everybody. And of course, if you have a client that's visiting Europe, that's coming to Barcelona, and you want them to visit the site, we will be able to handle it over in Barcelona as well. So thank you, everybody. Thank you, Helena, that left us already, David, Andrés, and Ana, for your time. We appreciate very, very much all your knowledge and your information that you share with us. And we look forward to seeing you very soon. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye-bye.